What's going on, guys? Threepounder here with another instructional video for you guys. Now, we just had a patch recently for This Land Is My Land that changed a few things about the user's interface. My God, every time I record a video, they walk right through the camera. In either case, there's a couple changes I wanted to go over with you guys today, as well as a couple of things that in the comments and messages were pointed out to me that I left out in the last user interface video. So if you bear with me, we'll go ahead and dive into this right now. To start off, before the patch, they only had 5 tabs available to us. What they've done is they've swapped the war paints into their own individual tab. So that's not a huge deal. We did go over the war paints pretty thoroughly on the last video. I just wanted to mention that war paints are now located in this area. And if you notice that whichever war paint you like, you can kind of preview what the skin's going to look like before you even start collecting the items that it takes to uh, learn the war paint application. So if you'll notice, as I hover over each one of these, it'll give me different items that are required to don these war paints. So that's how you unlock them. You have to actually put sumac berry in this case and prickly pear fruit into your social tab inventory, and then you use those to learn the individual items. Right now I'm working towards Sitting Eagle charcoal, which is very rare. The only thing I'm waiting on is trading tokens, as you can tell. So I have some things on the social trading window, which we'll go over here shortly. All right, now back to the social tab. I know we touched on this very briefly in the last video, but I just wanted to kind of dive a little further in. I had Harold in the comments in my previous video mentioned that I should have gone over the mail, and I agree. They were having some issues at the time that I was recording the video, which is why I left that out. But that's currently been resolved, so now I can thoroughly go into the mail tab. Before we get into that, though, I'd like to just briefly go over the trading window again. Now I know that I just kind of said everything was self-explanatory, but some people I've noticed in the social chat of the game are still having issues. Remember that you have to have the items within your inventory on your person, your inventory on your camps, and your social inventory are separate of each other. So you actually have to put items to camp in order to have them available to sell. Now, in order to do that, just really quickly, you would come to this section right here, put tab, and you are limited to 150 weight. So you would put items and then select whatever's on your current inventory. Right now, this character doesn't have anything on his person, but in either case, this is where you would select those items to put here. I just did that, which is why he doesn't have anything. I'm working on getting a few things for sale on the trade windows so that I can purchase that skin I want. But in either case, that's how you would take care of that. Going back to the trade window, you have the ability to looking at everything that's for sale or people have buy offers for. So that's important. If you have items and you're looking for tokens, then you can actually fulfill some of these orders for people. You would just click on this, sell them the one item, make sure that you put it in your inventory, and then you're good to go. Note on putting your items in the inventory really quickly, you have to rest and save after that, which you can do at any campfire, at an outpost, or one of your friendly camps. So keep that in mind. As soon as you put an item to the inventory, you have to go back, rest and save, and then the item should be, post onto your social. If not, just follow up again with another rest and save. Sometimes it takes a little while, or a second attempt. All right, so if we were to buy an item, we can actually just go to the buying tab and see all the the selling tab, and look at all the items that are currently for sale and their individual prices. Right now I have it sorted by price. You can also sort it by how little time is left in the sale as well, but I see it to be a lot more effective to buy the item that is the cheapest. So in either case, that's just a quick tip for you. And then same thing for the buying. You can see when the nearest one expires, as well as what price it's going to be sold at. Looks like all these are at one. But nonetheless, there's a high advantage to keeping an eye on what's needed, because this is a trading system. You can end up selling items, for a really high margin of profit, or find items that are selling for less than normal, scoop those up and work it just like a trading system in any other game. Let's see. That about does it for the trade window. Now going into mail, mail is actually fairly easy to go over. So what you end up doing here is you can send messages to your in-game friends with tips and tricks, and like just seeing how they're doing, whatever the case may be. Or you can use it for sending items to either your own friendly camp or a friendly player within the game that you're growing your camps with. So what that means is I can actually send my social, which is Threepounder. I can, whoops, sorry, I'm treating it like a like a traditional email. I hit the tab button. So quick note, tab does not get you to the next line. You're gonna have to click through this. The topic, you can set this to anything. Let me go ahead and just send myself Iron Gears. I'll make that the topic. And then I'm going to say, here's the items you wanted. Add items. Oh, you know what? And actually, I should correct myself here. This the items you're attaching are not in your social inventory. They're actually on your personal inventory. So whatever is on your chief is what you're able to sell. In this case, if I wanted to send myself the iron gears, what I'd have to do is put this in my personal inventory and then hit send. So at this point, I can't actually. Let me go ahead and just start over for you guys real quick so you can see it through and through. Bear with me, guys. Let's see here. So we are in a camp. I'll just send myself this really quick, whatever this may be. All right, so we're going to go back to the socials tab, into mail, compose, sending it to myself. Whoops. All right. Goodness, I keep hitting tab. Sorry about that. I am doing a one take on this video, so right now I'm going through a cold. I'm trying not to have to edit the video, to be honest with you, just because I'm trying. I know the content is a necessity right now. There's hardly any, and just trying to get this out to you as quickly as possible. But you get the idea. This is going to happen to you guys too. If you ever send emails, you're used to using the tab button to get to the other line. So um, just for the sake of examples, I'm going to go ahead and put this, close, and send. Now what this will do is rest and save. If I were sending it to another resistance within my own account, the same thing's going to happen. And you just back out, log into the other one, and it's going to be in your mail. Yeah, so this is how it would look on your other account. If you want to add it to your other account, you would back out, go into let's just do that real quick. All right, we'll save and exit to menu. Yes. But I've also known people to use the mail function for negotiating on price as well. If there's only one person that has an item listed and they're asking an ungodly amount, then you can actually use that to reach out to the player and try to get them to lower that price a little bit. Let's see. Bear with me one second. I'm just waiting on this to load and reload. I have this game installed on a solid state hard drive with a really high speed, but it seems like you have to remember this is an early access game, that it takes a little while longer than it probably will once it's a full release. All right, so let's say I was in Threepounder. Let's go to Threepounder's tutorial. And this is also going to take a little while. As we're waiting on this, I'd like to just briefly go over what we've covered in the video. Currently, we talked about war paints. The war paint tab is brand new to the UI system, so I wanted to make sure we covered that today. Keep in mind that all the items that are used for purchase on that you have to put inside your social tab inventory in order to purchase those. And then it requires skill points and tokens as well in some cases, depending on which item you're purchasing. The social tab, we went over the trade window, both buying and selling functions of the trade windows so that you're able to now either spend or earn the in-game currency, which are tokens. And we already briefly talked about the mail, which is what we're just about to show you is the product of that. So when we go into mail on a different resistance, we see that the item is here. I can go ahead and collect that, hit take, and it puts it on onto my person's inventory. So without further ado, the inventory should have the item. Where did that go? Let's see. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, it actually put it into the camp that I was in. No big deal. Either way, we have the gun. I'm glad I found that for for you guys just to show y'all. This is a really new map, and this is what I'll be using to show you guys here very soon what my starting strategies are, what you should be doing at the beginning of a new resistance, anywhere from normal all the way to insane mode. If y'all have been watching me on Twitch, y'all know that I've been covering a lot of insane mode, excuse me, gameplay in the recent few weeks. So I plan on getting to 100% on that as well, which is on the horizon. Definitely, I'm going to keep grinding it until we do. But in either case, I hope you enjoyed the video. Look out for more in the future. I'm going to be recording a lot more of these. I apologize for my voice sounding a little funny. I do have a cold currently that I'm fighting. I'm hoping to get back to 100% health at the beginning of the week so I can crank out about 2 or 3 more of these. So if you would, in the comments below, please let me know what it is you'd like to see. I know that this is going to be a basic tutorial guide, but eventually it's going to evolve, excuse me, into a intermediate to advanced guide as well. In the meantime, you can always look at my insane difficulty playlist. What that does is it timestamps a bunch of tips, a bunch of strategies, a bunch of assaults. It basically makes my broadcasts on Twitch a lot easier for you to reference as a resource versus an entertainment feature. So you can go back and watch some of my past broadcasts and make sure to hit the show more in the description. And there's a long list of timestamps that'll be useful to you. Without further ado, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying This Land is My Land as much as I am. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Laters!